Honestly, Trump being certified to be the leader of the free world on the same day and place where he caused the insurrection that he got like in trouble for, right? And then the Canadian guy leader stepping down. I've never been so grateful to have had a mentally ill father. Like, for real, I don't think you guys know what's about to happen. Like, when shit hits the fan, I don't think people can, like, manage it. But, like, luckily for me, I grew up in Silver Linings Playbook. Like, I know how to dodge it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I caught on fire at the bar a few weeks ago. Like, my scarf and all up my head. Didn't flinch. You know, honestly, I might thrive. Good luck to everyone else, though. You made your own bed. Maybe next time we should teach history books that don't have pictures of white men representing Egypt on them when we start over.
I'm acquaintances with quite a few Trump supporters, and I just want to tell you what I'm seeing. They're upset that people don't want to be in community with them anymore. And I'm not talking about business owners, I'm talking about everyday friendships. They're losing community. I'm consistently seeing Facebook posts and things like that where people are saying you shouldn't lose friends over political differences. This wasn't a regular election, and I don't think that a lot of people on that side realize how big this was for a lot of the people that they were in community with. The way fascism goes and the way it's going in some places like Texas is that eventually, as things become more illegal and things become prohibited and things like that, they are going to start incentivizing your community to turn against you. And you need to make sure that you are in community with people not only that you like, but that you trust. If I know you're voting against my right to exist, my right to have a family, my right to carry on as a human being, I don't trust you. And another thing is, you might be able to control what people do in their day-to-day life, but you can't control who people associate with. You can't make me like you. And I think that's pissing a lot of people off.
Guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's video,
in a couple of days, Trump is going to take the White House. And I just want a lot of those people that were telling people to not vote for Kamala Harris, to vote for Donald Trump or Jill Stein, but don't vote for Kamala Harris and expect to be welcomed in your communities. I just want you to take the time to think about what's going to happen in the next 4 years. You see, when black people were telling you to vote for Kamala Harris, we weren't saying vote for Kamala Harris because you couldn't critique her. We weren't saying that you couldn't have an honest conversation about her. We weren't saying that you couldn't discuss her ties to AIPAC. We were saying, because we do this all the time when we vote, that there's a risk analysis that you must do, determining if this candidate wins, specifically Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, which one do you feel most safe with? Because that's what we do every election cycle. We don't just vote for candidates just for the sake of voting for them. A lot of people want to believe that black people just support candidates simply because they're black. That's not true. Black people vote for the candidates that we, one, know can win or has a chance of winning, and one that we know will cause us the least amount of harm. And by proxy, if you know that the candidate is going to cause us the least amount of harm, they're definitely going to cause you the least amount of harm. A lot of you non-black people that didn't want to listen to us this election cycle. So now what's happening around the country is a lot of protests are going to pop off when Trump starts to enact his policies that he promised that he would do, that he promised that he would enact. And a lot of people are going to lose their jobs, their status, their entry into this country because he promised that he would do these things. He wasn't playing with y'all. When he said he was going to allow Israel to finish the job, he meant just that. He's going to allow Israel to finish the job. He will not say one thing or attempt to do anything to prevent the Israeli government from completely annihilating the Palestinian-controlled regions and making that entire area Israel. When he said that he was going to deport all undocumented immigrants, and a lot of you Latinos were saying, I'm going to vote for him. And when asked about your undocumented relatives, you said that they would be fine because they're good people. Yeah, he doesn't care about that. We tried to tell y'all that he doesn't care about them being good people because they don't view them as good people because they're here undocumented. That's what they've been saying all along. South Asians are now experiencing what MAGA has always believed about them, that they're not wanted either. You know, like the Vivek Ramaswamys and the Nikki Haley's and Dinesh D'Souza's. Yeah, they don't want you here either. And I don't understand why Asians would vote for Donald Trump when literally anti Asian hate as a hashtag was really, really pushed out because of Trump's words directed towards Asian communities, blaming them for the COVID pandemic. The LGBTQIA plus Trump supporters that supported him, you just are a lost cause. And I don't know what to say about you other than go fuck yourselves. And the black Trump supporters, like the LGBTQIA plus Trump supporters, you supported Donald Trump simply because you're selfish. You voted against the interests of the community because you're selfish. Period. A lot of you are going to find out in the next 4 years that when black people tell you something, that it's usually not because we're voting with our emotion. Y'all do that. Y'all vote with your emotion. Black people are some of the most pragmatic voters in this country. And since we have been given access to the vote, we have always taken into account what both parties are saying and how both parties will impact our communities if they win. A lot of you vote with your emotions and clearly anti-blackness. And that's why you're going to pay. You will never win when you side with white supremacy as a marginalized group. White supremacy is a very exclusive club meant for very exclusive groups. And unfortunately, a lot of you that sided with Donald Trump and the white supremacists in his base this election cycle, you're not in that group of people.
So Trump is either going to decimate our food supply, or he's going to go back on his #1 campaign promise to all the racists to carry out this mass deportation plan, because you can't do both, okay? 40% of our farm workers are undocumented, like it or not. And we also have what's called the H-2A visa program for seasonal workers for our farms. And he wants to send all of those people out of our country. They're the ones that are doing the work to supply us with our food. The dairy farmers, fruits and vegetables, everything that is harvested here in this country is mostly harvested by immigrants. And you can't get around that because Americans will not do the jobs. You can ask the farmers themselves. And there are some farmers who actually voted for Trump who are now sounding the alarm that if he goes through with this, they won't be able to supply us with the food we need. So it's something to watch. Good luck with that.
It's safe to say that everyone is going to be feeling the heat right now, both the people on the right and people on the left. Gone are the days of the campaign period when everybody was campaigning for their own people and doing different videos up and down, saying so many things about people on the left and all that, people who refused to vote for TP, right? So, gone are those days. Nowadays, everybody's going to be feeling what they all voted for. Okay, so if you voted for red, I feel you, right? I'm sure that you're already feeling the heat and you're seeing everything that is happening and all the plans and policies and how it's going to be affecting you or impacting your life, whether positively or negatively. I'm sure you're already seeing that happen. I'm sure you're already seeing it clearly if it's really worth the whole stress, if it was really worth your vote. Yeah, I know you might not come out to say it, but take your time, okay? Just have a deep think, okay? Have a deep thoughts within you. Sit down, have some flashbacks, have some very deep thoughts within you, and ask yourself some very interesting question. Was it really worth it? Was it worth it voting the way you voted? Okay, do you think that that was the best thing to do? Do you think it's going to impact people positively? All of those questions are questions you have to sit down and really do ask yourself, okay? And I'm sure you're going to find answers, right? Because with all these policies, once they're being passed, I'm telling you, it's going to really affect a lot of persons. Some people are going to feel some kind of way when the price of things start going high. Even you that did the whole voting, I don't think you're going to be happy at the end of the day. Okay, but I just hope for the best for everyone. Right, I really hope for the best for everyone. I hope the tariffs doesn't affect your grocery prices. He has to, the way he promised to lower grocery prices, that he's going to end up lowering the grocery prices. Okay, yeah, I think even people on the left are just looking at themselves and saying, I just hope we are wrong, just to make sure that life gets better. Anyway, let's see what happens from the 20th onward. Okay, you guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Please do what, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so more people can see it. Please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, okay, and like this video as well. See you guys on my next video. Bye guys.